Good evening, everyone. It's Brenda Quintana, and I am live tonight with another 6x6 project. All this week, I've been sharing with you 6x6 projects, and this is number 4 of 5. Tomorrow, I will have one more project using 6x6 paper to show you. And the reason I'm doing 6x6 paper this week is because it's my special for the month. If you order for every $50 you order from me, I am going to send you a pack of my retired 6x6 paper. Now, this paper was originally, most of it was originally in a 12x12 format, and I have cut it into 6x6 squares and packaged it up all pretty for you. And I'm going to be sending you a packet of this paper for every $50 that you spend. So I have a great variety of paper, so not everyone will not be getting the same paper, but I have stored it very carefully. I don't smoke, I don't have pets, so it's beautiful paper still, and you're going to be able to make these projects with this paper. Now, the paper that I'm using today in my project is currently available in the online store. So if you like that paper and you would like to get it, you can definitely go ahead and purchase it. This is just a little extra 6x6 paper for you to work with and to enjoy. Stampin' Up is also going to reward you this month. For every $50 you spend, you're going to get a $5 coupon to use in August. So we're in July 2019 right now, so if you're viewing this another month in the future, this is only available in July 2019, and the coupon that Stampin' Up sends you will be good during August 2019. And it's for every $50 you spend, not just a one-time $50 thing. You can earn as many coupons as you spend. There's no limit. All right, let me get those out of the way, and let me show you the project that we're going to make tonight. This is my favorite project of the week, I have to admit. Let me bring this into view. It's a little purse, and who doesn't love a cute little purse? And this little purse is perfect for holding a lip balm, a small gift, a small treat. I've got it opening up right here like this, and you can see how it's got this little thing on the inside here. You know what I think I just forgot to do, and I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to go, just give me 1 second. I'm going to go to my blog post, and I'm going to publish my blog post because I forgot to do that, so that when you click on the link in the description of this video, you will be able to actually see my blog post. All right, I am back. So this will hold, let me just open this up again. This will hold a lip balm. I've got some Burt's Bees lip balm right here, and you can see it just kind of fits into the bottom of here. And then when you close this up, I'll show this to you again over on my work surface, which will be a little easier to see. But you can make these in all different colors, and we've got this beautiful ribbon that works perfectly as a handle. So I think you're gonna love these, and I'm gonna show you how to make that right now. So let me flip over to my other camera. All right, here is my work surface. And let me just go over some of the things that I'm going to be using tonight. Of course, this is down here at the bottom. This is my 6x6 paper. This is using the paper that is the 2019-2021 In Color Designer Series paper. So it's our new colors for the year. And this color is Seaside Spray. So, and then I made a purse in terracotta tile and also Pretty Peacock. The other thing you'll need, I've put down in the supply list, I put down the multi-pack that has all the colors in it, and I also listed the colors that I use individually in case you want a big pack. Say you wanted to just focus on one color, then you can just get the one color versus the multi-pack. So you won't need all of the things that I have listed in the supply list. I just wanted to give you different varieties because our cardstock is packaged a little differently. You can get all one color, or you can get it in a multi-pack. So this is Seaside Spray cardstock. I've also got the Seaside Spray linen scalloped linen trim. Let me make sure I got the right name for you, but it's also on my supply list. So if I ever say supply wrong, you will know that it's correct on my supply list. It's called Scalloped Linen Ribbon, and this one is Seaside Spray. And you can get this ribbon in all the 2019-2021 in colors. So there's 5 colors that you can get this ribbon in. Then I have a piece of Sahara Sahara Sand cardstock. We are going to be using the Delightful Tag Topper Punch, and that's going to create this front of the purse for us. And you'll also need a 1/2 inch circle punch. Then we're going to be using the Designer Elements for this little embellishment on the front of the purse. So those are kind of the basic supplies. I might throw a few in as we go along, but those are the basic ones. So let me just move some things out of the way for now so that we can score this little guy. Okay. And hello to everyone who's joined me this evening. It's kind of neat. I normally don't do lives on a Saturday evening, but I got a little behind today. I was going to do it this afternoon, and it just didn't happen. So I am here with you tonight, and I kind of like that. The sun is setting in front of me, so that's kind of beautiful. So it's a very nice evening. Okay, so I've got my 6x6 piece of Designer Series paper here. I'm actually going to flip this over and score it on the gingham side. It really doesn't matter which side you score on for this particular project, but I'm going to score on the gingham side. I am going to score this piece at the 1 1/4 inch mark, and I'm going to score at the 4 3/4 inch mark. Then I'm going to turn it a 1/4 turn, so 90 degrees, and then I'm also going to score at the 2 1/2 inch mark and the 3 1/2 inch mark. Now, if you didn't get those measurements, don't worry, because I have them on my blog. They are written down for you. So you just kind of need to understand how this little guy comes together, and then you'll be fine. So what I want to do is I want to fold along the score lines. I'm going to fold them all in one direction, and I want the gingham to be on the inside because I'm going to have this on the outside, so I'm folding it all up into so that the gingham will be on the inside. All right. So I mentioned on my blog post that there is one little tricky part to this. It's not really hard. You just need to understand how to do it. And then once you understand how to do it, you have to do it on all 4. You have to do it 4 times. So once you understand how to do it, then it won't be tricky anymore. But this is probably the trickiest part of the project. So I've got this situated. I don't know if you can tell, but I've got the 2 score lines that are in the middle. Right now they are, I'm going to flip them so that they are running this way, because I find it easier to fold up this way. So, okay, let me repeat. The 2 score lines that are close together are going to run vertically, so they're kind of pointing towards me. So I'm going to fold up one of what will become the side of the purse, okay? And so I'm going to put my finger right here. There's a score line coming right down here. I'm going to put my finger right here, and I'm going to take this score line right here, and I'm going to fold it to the edge of my cardstock. If you put your finger right there on the intersection and then just fold over so that, I think you can see that, so that the fold comes in like that. And it's going to have this little triangle here like that. And you're just going to smooth that down with your finger. If you have a bone folder, you can use your bone folder to do that. So again, I've got these 2 middle score lines running vertically. I've folded this piece up. I'm going to put my finger on the score intersection that is closest to my left side. And then I'm just bringing this score line here, and I'm bringing it to the edge right here like that. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to put my finger right here, and now this score line right here is going to come to the edge Just make sure it just lines up right on the edge, then put your finger right there once it's positioned, and then smooth out that little triangle right there on the inside. You're gonna have to do this 4 times, so hopefully by the 4th time it will be much, much easier. So now I'm going to flip this 180 degrees. We've already folded this side, and now I'm gonna bring up this piece. And I'm gonna put my finger here again where the score intersection is. It's going to be a little bit to the left of the score intersection. And then I'm bringing up this fold right here, that score line, and I'm lining it up with the edge of my piece, and then I'm going to use my little finger to just smooth down that triangle. Okay, one more fold. So I'm going to put my finger right there to hold it down. This score line right here is coming to the edge right here. And then I'm going to pin that down and then smooth that line right here. Okay, so that's basically the main part of the purse. Now let me just show you a couple of things. So when the purse folds together, it's going to fold together like this. So you can see how it's kind of coming together. We're going to glue a few little spots so that it comes together. So this is going to come together like this to form your purse. Right now these are bowing out a little bit. Later on we're going to just depress them in a little bit so they won't bow out anymore, but that is what the main purse looks like. We're going to glue it now, and we're going to add the handle before we do that. Okay, so let's open this back up again, and I'm going to need a 6-inch piece of this Seaside spray ribbon. And now I've got this piece. See, this is where the sides are. Okay, so just so you know how I have it oriented, I'm going to take a piece of this tear and tape, and I'm going to run it right along here, and I'm just going to run it in just a little bit, not all the way, but I want it to run over a little bit because I'm going to be putting my ribbon right here and right here, and I want it clamped in between that tear and tape. So that's why I'm kind of putting it in just a little bit beyond the score line, and to keep it really secure I am putting it so it's going to hold that ribbon on both sides. Let me hold that up to the camera a little bit so you can see it. So this is going to be how the purse comes in, and this is where the tear and tape is. Okay, so now I'm going to remove the tear and tape liner, and hopefully you'll be able to see this a little bit better once I have the handle on here. And so I'm taking this and I'm just going to put the ribbon right next to the score line, and then I'm going to loop it around and I'm going to put it right next to the score line again. So I think you can see it. I'm trying to see how I have my, yeah, that's how I have it on my thing. But you can see how I've just kind of got it stuck right here at the top, and here's the score line. Okay, so this is going to come in a moment and we're going to glue that down. So now I have a few sections that I want to glue down. And so I've got this piece right here up at the top, right up until this angle. I don't want to glue in this section right here, but I want to glue in all 4 of these outer corner sections. Okay, so let me put the Tombow on, and maybe that will help you see exactly what I mean. So you can see it's that section right there, and this section right here. And I'm also going to put Tombow on this bottom section and this section right here. Okay, I hope you can see that. And then when this folds in, I'm just folding in this section right here and right here. So now these little pieces right here will be able to come out like this. Okay, and then when you bring this together, you can just pinch this a little bit in on the side and kind of help create a little bit of a fold so that it can kind of fold in on the side. Just a wee bit. Okay, so now we need to create a little flap for this purse on the front. So I thought it would be great if we could use a punch for that, because punches work really quickly. So I've got a piece of Sahara sand cardstock here, and I've run it through with the subtle embossing folder already. Let me tell you the dimensions of this piece. This is a 4" by 2" piece of Sahara sand, and then I ran it through with the subtle embossing folder. I love this embossing folder. It just gives the texture of linen. I don't know if you can see that very well here, but it gives kind of a fabricy, kind of canvasy feel to the cardstock. So I thought it would look really nice on this purse. So that's why I ran it through with a very subtle, notice subtle embossing folder and subtle texture. And I think that works really well. If you don't have an embossing machine, or you don't have embossing folders, you could do it without embossing it. It will just look a little plainer, but it will have the same flap effect. All right, so 4x2, run through with the subtle embossing folder, and then I'm just gonna bring in my scoring board just one more time, and I'm going to score this piece at the 1.5" mark. Okay, so just so you put that score line, it's easier if you emboss first and then score second. Okay, and then we're going to use the delightful tag topper punch. This is a new punch. And so have a look at this piece of cardstock. I'm going to run through the smaller segment, and I'm going to put that in to my punch. Make sure it's in all the way. And then I'm going to punch it. And that's going to create the little front flap of the purse. Get that out of the way. And then just fold this along the score line. In a moment, I'm going to glue this on here, right on the back. But first, since this is flat, there's a couple of things I can do here first. So I've got my 1/2" circle punch, and I've got my Seaside Spray cardstock. So I'm just gonna punch that real quick. And I'm going to put a little bit of Tombow right above the circle. I'm going to cover up the hole with this little cardstock piece. Okay, so you can see that we no longer have a hole right there. And then I'm going to take one of these little copper designer elements. This looks like a nice little purse snap. And I'm going to just add that right to the front right here while everything is nice and flat. Okay, so then I'm going to put Tombow on the back of this piece. So on the bigger segment. Oop, didn't want to come out, and then it comes out in a glob. All right. And so I'm going to attach this to the side that has the ribbon on it, okay? So it's going to come around like this and come through the back. You can kind of see my score line is just above that area, and that's going to come down here along the back. And then I'm just going to press down to make sure it's adhered well. All right, we just need to do one more thing. We need to add a little closure. Now, in the past, I've used Velcro dots, and you can now get low profile Velcro dots, and they work really well. But there's a new closure that I have found that I love. the only place I have found that you can get it in small quantities is on Etsy. And let me tell you where I got it. It's called, the place on Etsy is called Up the Wall Creations. And I have the link to this fastener on my blog, so you can just click right through to it. But what I love about these is they're like Velcro, except you need 2 dots, but it doesn't matter. There's no like hook and loops. They just kind of snap together. So I'm just going to take one of these little guys right here, peel it off, and I'm going to stick it on one of these other guys. Peel it off. Maybe I won't stick it yet. I'll just pull 2 of them off. How about that? All right, so they work just like Velcro dots, except both sides are the same and they connect, and they make this little snapping noise when they snap together, which just makes me happy. So I'm going to put this on the inside, right on top of that hole on the inside. And then I'm going to put the side that needs to snap down right on top of here. And then I'm going to close this up. Make sure everything's aligned really well when you do this. And then I'm just going to come through and just put my fingers on the inside of the purse and then just press down so that it actually is adhering. And now you've got your little closure, and it just kind of snaps and clicks shut. So those are a new kind of closure. If you want to try those out, I really like them. I like the snappiness of them. And I sometimes with Velcro, you know, like you're like peeling up and stuff, and it's not always the most satisfying. But these little guys, they stick really well, and they make that little satisfying little kind of snap. I don't think you can hear it very well on camera, but I really like them. All right, so these are the little purses, and let me just open this up. I should have brought a third lip balm with me, but here are the little purses. You just open them up, pop your little treat or lip balm holder in there, and then you can close that up like that. And I think those make just a really cute little purse. I just love them. So there is another 6x6 project for you. Oh, and if you've missed the projects I did earlier this week, let me just show those to you real quick. I did an emery board, emery board holder. I did a York peppermint patty holder. And yesterday I did a double tea bag holder. So, you know, I've got, let me move one of these out. There we go. So that you can see, look at the variety of shapes a 6x6 piece of paper can make. It is quite amazing. And tomorrow you will be amazed again, because I have one more project for you, and it is really appropriate for a Sunday afternoon, or yeah, I'll be doing it Sunday afternoon. And so you will get a chance to see what that project is. All right, well, let me pop back over here. Hi, I'm back. I am just, okay. So Cindy asks, where did I find those? If you're referring to those little snap closures, let me tell you the name. They're called circle fasteners. They're from 3M, and they're 3/8" circles. And the name of the Etsy store is called Up the Wall Creations. I have a link to them on my blog. So if you go, they're not in my supply list, but if you go to my quick reference instructions, I believe it's the very last instruction, I link to them on there. So if you want to check those out, you can buy them in different quantities. 3M right now, I tried to look online. They only sell them in massive quantities, and this was the only place that I could find them that you could buy them in smaller quantities, and they cut them up like so in smaller quantities for you. But I really like that type of fastener over the Velcro dots. But try them and tell me what you think. Let me see if there's any. Someone said cute little project. Oh, and there's someone here from Arkansas that loves my videos. Thank you. And it is pretty warm here too today. Now, I'm working. I have my cell phone set to Celsius because even though I live in the U.S., I am a Canadian, and I think in Celsius. So it was 30 degrees Celsius here today. So I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit because I know what 30 degrees Celsius feels like, but I it's harder when I translate to Fahrenheit, especially in winter. I can handle it in the summer, but I just kept it on Celsius. Okay, now I'm just blabbing. Someone from New York and California, yay! Oh, and Arizona. Oh yeah, you must be hot and dry. Sometimes I find like hot and dry is better than hot and humid, because with hot and dry, you kind of know more what you're getting. Hot and humid, it just is like permeates you. Someone from St. Louis. Oh, I'm so glad that you like the project, everyone. Okay, I think I answered the question. Okay. Well, I don't have any other questions, so I hope you enjoyed that project. I also have a host code. Let me flash that up on the screen real quick. Let me grab my host code. So if you want to order, and this is the host code I have going for the month, and if you want to use that when you're ordering, and that way I'll make sure that I can send you that 6x6 paper, and again, that's for every $50 you spend, you'll get a pack of the designer series paper. If you want more information on that, just look at the description of my video and it will take you back to my blog, and that has all the pertinent information on there, more information than I give you. All right, well, thank you everyone for joining me this evening, and make sure you check out tomorrow afternoon. I think I will broadcast around 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so if you want to join me for my last 6x6 project. All right, guys, have a great evening. Take care. Bye-bye.